You are waiting for a teacher, a course, a certificate, something to tell you you're ready. Not a small wait, a permanent one. You have been waiting so long it no longer feels like waiting. It feels like preparation. It feels like being responsible. It feels like the smart move, because surely the person who prepares the longest wins in the end. But Musashi did not prepare the longest. He prepared the least, and he won every single time. You check your watch and say not yet. You measure and you measure and you measure, as if enough measuring will turn into enough doing. But measuring is not moving. The blueprint is not the building. You have a list. You know this list. The things you will do when you are ready, when the timing is better, when the kids are older, when the job settles, when the savings reach the number, when you finally finish the course you bought 8 months ago and have opened exactly 4 times. The list does not get shorter. It gets longer, because readiness is not a destination. Readiness is a story you tell yourself to stay exactly where you are. And it is a story with no ending, because the moment you finish one chapter, you write another. Between 13 and 29, Musashi fought over 60 duels. He never lost, never had a master, and learned by fighting alone. You have never paid that price. You have never put your name on something and watched it fail in front of people who were watching. You have always kept one foot on the dock while reaching for the boat. And that foot is heavy. It does not feel heavy. It feels like caution. But it will keep you there forever if you let it. You have kept one foot on the dock your entire life, and the boat has been leaving without you. That was his water. Here's yours. You think you need permission, a sign, a ceremony, a piece of paper that says now you may begin. But permission is not given. Permission is taken. And everyone who ever built anything worth building took it while other people were still asking for it. Musashi needed nothing. Empty hands. No teacher. No lord. No school. Just a wooden sword and a reason to swing. He did not wait for someone to tell him he was ready. He walked onto the dueling ground at 13 years old with no training and no reputation and no one to catch him if he fell. He did not fall. He struck. You have your reason. You have the same 24 hours he had. The only thing missing is the decision to stop asking and start moving. But you will not make that decision today. Not because you are lazy. Because you have built an identity around the preparation. The identity of someone serious. Who does the research. Who does not rush into things. Who waits until the conditions are right. That identity feels like discipline. It is not discipline. It is the most convincing form of avoidance you have ever invented, because it looks exactly like responsibility from the outside. Your friends respect it. You respect it. Your family calls it being careful. And that respect, that external validation for your waiting, is what makes it so hard to let go. It has become who you are. The one who is almost ready. The cave is not locked. You are standing outside it, waiting for someone to hand you the key you are already holding. The gap between you and Musashi is not information. It is not access. It is not the right program or the right coach or the right moment in history. The gap is your addiction to readiness. Addiction is the right word, because you return to it the way you return to anything that feels safe. Every time you get close to starting, really starting, you feel the pull. One more thing to learn. One more gap to fill. One more reason why now is not quite right. And the pull wins. Every time. It has always given you a reason. It has always protected you from the moment of beginning. You believe there is a day when you will feel ready, when the fear dissolves, when the doubt goes quiet, when you will know, with absolute certainty, that you are prepared enough to begin. That day does not exist. It has never existed for anyone who ever did anything worth doing. Every person you admire stepped onto their ground before they were ready. They stepped anyway. And the stepping is what made them ready, not the preparation, not the research, not the courses, the step. You are waiting for the fear to leave. The fear will not leave. The fear is not the signal to wait. The fear is the signal that you are standing at the edge of something that matters. That is not a reason to stop. That is the only reason worth moving. Musashi did not feel ready when he walked onto the beach against Kojiro. He arrived 3 hours late. He carved a sword from a boat or on the way there. He had no backup plan, no exit. He had never used that weapon before in his life. He stepped anyway. One strike. Kojiro fell. You are still in the dojo, practicing the same drill for the 4th year in a row, telling yourself you are not ready for the street. The street does not care if you are ready. The street is already there. And it is full of people who stepped before they were ready, people with less talent, less knowledge, and less preparation than you have right now. They are ahead of you not because they were more prepared. They are ahead of you because they stopped waiting for the feeling that never comes. You are not afraid of failing. You are afraid of starting and discovering that the preparation was the avoidance all along, that the research was the procrastination, that the reason you never began was not the circumstances or the timing or the resources. It was you. That is the fear underneath the fear. And it is the only one worth facing. The one who falls learns to stand faster than the one who never leaves the chair. Musashi fell in 0 of his 60 duels. Not because he never faced anyone who could beat him. Because he kept stepping before he was ready, and the ground taught him what no dojo ever could. That was his water. Now build yours. So here's what changes. You stop asking for permission. Not when you feel ready. Not when you finish the next course. Not when the timing is better or the savings are higher or the fear gets quiet. Today, name the one thing you have been waiting to start. The skill, the project, the conversation you keep rehearsing but never have. The thing you have been circling for months or years. Start it tomorrow morning. Not perfectly, not confidently, not with a guarantee that it will work or that you will be good at it. Start it badly. Start it scared. Start it with empty hands and no master and a wooden sword you carved on the way there. Musashi did not win because he was ready. He won because he showed up. Empty hands. No permission. No plan. Just the decision to stop waiting and start. That is the only difference between him and you. Not talent. Not history. Not the century he lived in. He stopped waiting for the feeling. You have not stopped yet. That decision is yours. Not tomorrow. Not when you feel ready. Now. Are you here? I learn by doing and by failing. I learn by doing and by failing. I learn by doing and by failing.